Trailer evaluation. The trailer begins with the American green screen providing information, making it suitable for all audiences. This means the trailer has been censored and edited to approved by for all audiences. The first institution shows is Universal Pictures, which is a major American production and distribution company. I chose this company because during my analysis I found that no companies used this Universal company. However, during my further analysis, it became apparent that Universal worked closely with independent companies such as Twisted Pictures. This brings me on to my next institution company. Twisted Pictures are notorious throughout the horror genre in pioneering new and cutting-edge technology to further progress its genre. Although still an independent company, Twisted Pictures are very conventional in the horror genre, and this is shown throughout their huge success with the Saw series. An example of Twisted Pictures and Universal working together is a successful horror film called Dead Silence. Although none of my technical analysis use either of these, I am challenging these conventions by developing already conventions found throughout the rest of the film industry. The first frame is an establishing shot to set the location of the film. The ordinary suburban house is conventional towards the horror genre as it provides the user with a sense of realism and ability to relate to the setting. The camera shot begins with a low angle and tilts upwards whilst a male dialogue turns the camera on. This hammered tilt gives a sense of homemade video, providing the users with a sense of realism and quickly establishes the genre to be of a handheld amateur style. The lightness in the house provides the beginning of Todorov's equilibrium as the handheld, which is not what the audience expect. Therefore, this shot foreshadows disruption. The next shot of the female character is a high angle to represent her vulnerability and weakness. This is where we meet the first character of the story. I chose this character because during all three of my technical analysis they use a female protagonist throughout, as these tend to be represented as weaker during the horror genre. The mise-en-scène around the character presents a sense of realised civilian activity, which furthermore lulls the user into a false sense of security. In the next frame, we meet another new character. During my research, I found out that the most conventional character set tended to be the male and female couple. Therefore, I decided to portray this in my film. A medium shot of the male character in the mirror makes him seem larger than life as the camera is held quite low. Therefore, the character could be represented as the hero, as Prop would say, as this camera shot follows the high angle of the previous character, comparing them against each other back to back. This frame could also suggest the king of the state, according to O'Connell, establishing the state. During this shot, the character explains that the female thinks there's something in the house. This is when the equilibrium is broken and disturbance occurs. Furthermore, Barth's Enigma code is developed when he describes the problem as he creates this question within the user toward what could be in the house. It then uses a cut back to the female character using another high angle shot to represent her vulnerability. However, this time the angle projected is slightly lower down to her level. Speaking to someone close to the eye level creates the effect of trust between the character and the audience and offers a more neutral camera shot. Looking directly into the camera, she asks whether the male believes her. However, by looking directly at the camera, she focuses her sentence towards the audience, therefore projecting her question at them. This has enigmatic effects by projecting her question at the camera, therefore asking the audience themselves, do they believe her? It then cuts to black for a second to signify the passing of time and a new time frame beginning. The following shot is a close-up of the male character ensuring the doors are locked. Conventionally, when the disequilibrium begins to occur in a horror film, it will be nighttime. This sense of darkness makes visibility worse and adds potential fear and mystery to the situation. Therefore, I decided to film at night. During this close-up of the point of view shot, I decided to use a torch to shed light upon the subject in matter. This low-key lighting was effective as it only shed light on the subject, while still giving a sense of darkness to the rest of the scene. It gives the matter of a realistic feel that I was aiming for to give it that believable effect. During this frame, the character ensures that the doors will be locked. This lulls the audience into a false sense of security, into thinking that the characters will be safe. This can be suggested through Strauss's binary opposition theory of being trapped in their own home, which is the thought of being in a safe place. The next shot is another point of view of the character ensuring that the windows are locked. This again heightens the anticipation and tension, making the audience feel even more isolated and trapped. The drawing of the blinds is a crucial effect to this shot because it further connotes the isolation. Drawing the blinds suggests the closing of all other inhabitants to the house. Nobody can see in or out, quite like boarding up the windows. The third shot of the sequence is another point of view of the alarm being put on. The quick cuts of the point of view shots provide the amateur camera to help heighten the anticipation and realism. The final shot in the sequence is a long shot of the female character in bed, once again using a high angle shot to make the female audience suggest that she is a weaker character in the story. During these high angle shots, the female could be suggested that she is the princess, whilst the male is the hero, being represented as more powerful than the female and being in control of the camera. During this scene, the male explains that if anything's in the house, the alarm will go off, further lulling the audience into a false sense of security. It constantly builds that tension. It then uses a cross dissolve to black to end this frame and time sequence.